father have talked about that it's tough getting sparring. And did you see this as the perfect time to get a guy of that caliber?
Yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? You be able to share the ring with with Canelo, and like I said, being there with a Hall of Famer, a legend, and the face of kind of like the face of boxing. Why not?
All right, so I gotta ask you.
Yeah.
People gonna kill me if I don't. How was the work?
The work was great. The work was great. Like I said, I had a great time. We was having fun. I love being in there with Canelo. It was a great thing.
Es un boxeo similar al de Crawford.
So he said that at some point Woods didn't know how to handle some stuff of Canelo, for his perception. So he said that at some points Woods couldn't handle some of the stuff that Canelo brought to the table in that fight.
Oh.
In the sparring session.
That's the one and only Jaron Ennis giving his reaction to supposedly Canelo Alvarez getting the best of him in sparring. Instead, we found out that Jaron Ennis has more power than Canelo. So I just finished watching Boots sparring Canelo Alvarez episode on Matchroom. It was a really good episode. And it was very interesting because it turned out that Jaron Ennis went to help Canelo Alvarez on his own. Canelo did not give him a call or any of that sort. Canelo team, nobody did. It was Jaron Ennis' decision. He wanted to go help Canelo Alvarez to prepare him for the Terrence Bud Crawford fight because he knew there was a really good chance Canelo was going to say yes, since Jaron Ennis can present the Crawford look to him. I'm not saying he has the same style as Bud, but he has the closest style to Bud. Therefore, it was Jaron Ennis who wanted to spar Canelo Alvarez, not the other way around. Anyways, I dropped a video yesterday about Canelo Alvarez's main sparring partner, Hernandez, the Cuban sensation, even though he came out stating that Jaron Ennis couldn't handle Canelo Alvarez at times. He didn't know what to do. However, later on, he admitted that Jaron Ennis actually has more power than Canelo Alvarez. From everyone he sparred, Jaron Ennis has the most power. Canelo has the second best power, which is shocking to hear because obviously Jaron Ennis is a welterweight, just like Crawford. This is a very huge compliment for Jaron Ennis, since Hernandez stated Canelo Alvarez got the best of Jaron Ennis in that sparring, he would say. Here is exactly what the Cuban sensation Hernandez had to say on Mill City Boxing about Jaron Ennis' power compared to Canelo Alvarez. Check it out.
Canelo's punching power is concerned. I mean, among all these guys that he shared the ring with, where does he feel like, Canelo's punching power is at this age?
Yo, con toda la gente que tú has compartido el ring, ¿dónde tú pones a Canelo en términos de potencia en la pegada?
A Canelo yo lo pongo de segundo.
¿Segundo?
De segundo, yo lo tengo de segundo.
¿Quién pega más?
Porque
¿Quién es el número uno?
No sé si era porque yo estaba, en ese tiempo cuando yo entré aquí yo estaba flaquito, pero sí le sentí el power también a Bush.
He said that he put him number 2 on the guys he shared the ring, but he don't know if it was because of the condition he got at that time. Like he was skinnier and didn't, got the strength and condition training. But he said that he feel it with Booth too. He feel the power with Boots too also.
Wow, so he believes that Boots Ennis is the number 1.
The ones that he step in the ring with, but...
This is why I told you guys, if Canelo Alvarez crosses that line and he doesn't respect Crawford, he can go to sleep. The best chin in boxing is the one that doesn't get hit. The reason why Canelo Alvarez has never been dropped, let alone knocked out, is because 1, he has a great chin. There's no doubt about it. Canelo has an iron chin. But 2, Canelo has good defense. A lot of people don't give Canelo Alvarez credit for his defense. He has great upper body movement. The only thing Canelo Alvarez lacks is really footwork. Other than that, Canelo Alvarez has pretty tight defense. And that's why we haven't seen Canelo Alvarez hurt lately or get dropped. You got to credit that to his defense more so than just his chin. Margarito had a great chin. He got put to sleep. Corrales had a great chin, obviously, when he fought Floyd. Floyd Mayweather stopped him. Chin only could take you so far. Having great defense is the key. Anyways, I'm pretty sure Canelo and Jaron Ennis had great work. Despite Canelo Alvarez getting the best of Jaron Ennis in sparring, according to Canelo Alvarez's main sparring partner, the Cuban sensation Hernandez, still, Hernandez said Jaron Ennis has more power than Canelo Alvarez. The welterweight has more power than the super middleweight Canelo Alvarez, right? Which reminded me of Sugar Shane Mosley. He was comparing Canelo power to Floyd, and he actually said Floyd and Canelo have similar power. That's right, the guy you guys have been calling pillow-fisted, Floyd. Sugar Shane Mosley, the man who fought both, said Floyd and Canelo Alvarez's power was similar. Even though Shane fought Floyd at 147, but fought Canelo years later when he was already completely washed at 154. When Sugar Shane fought Floyd, he came off knocking out Margarito, right? And what Crawford said leading up to this fight holds value. Anybody can be knocked out. It's all about precision, timing, and accuracy. Power is not everything. The same way Sugar Shane Mosley felt Floyd Mayweather power at 147 when Floyd was already at his fourth weight class. And he compared that to the same power Canelo had at his bullyweight division, 154. That says a lot. That means something. If Jaron Ennis, Goku at base form, can give Canelo Alvarez all that trouble in sparring, whether Canelo got the best of it or not, then you gotta wonder, how will Canelo perform against Goku when he goes Super Saiyan like Crawford does? We're gonna find that out September 13th. With that being said, you guys heard what Jaron Ennis had to say. You guys heard what Canelo said. You guys also heard a witness what he had to say. And that's Canelo Alvarez's second sparring partner, the Cuban sensation Hernandez. So go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. I'm picking Crawford by all means necessary. I believe Crawford is the better fighter. He's a completed fighter. He can do everything. He makes adjustments better than Canelo Alvarez, which is the key to winning a fight. And Crawford has Canelo kryptonite, which is quick feet. That doesn't necessarily mean Crawford is going to be running. Absolutely not. He can box circles around Canelo. He can fight laterally by moving laterally, and also he can back Canelo Alvarez every now and then. Every time Canelo takes a step back, Crawford will take a step forward. This fight is going to be fought at a very high level, and I can't wait. You best believe Canelo is not going to be the only fighter applying pressure. Crawford is also not going to allow him to breathe. He's going to keep him thinking. Whenever Canelo wants to take a break to think about what he's going to do next, Crawford is not going to allow him to do that. He's going to keep him thinking and occupied. That's why I can't wait for September 13th. Subscribe below and to be continued on the next episode of Akhi, Akhi TV. Peace out. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Southpaws as well. But how do you prepare, Mark, for someone like Crawford? You can't say, oh, let's go replicate the sparring. Now, he tried. He brought Boots in. Right? And that was, by the way, that was at Boots' urging, not Canelo's.
Why do you think that was?
Boots wanted to go test himself against Canelo. He knew that he would, obviously you get some positive publicity out of it. Yeah, Boots knew that he would get some positive publicity out of it, of course. But he's the one who initiated that. He went to Canelo. Canelo didn't come to him. So obviously it worked out for Canelo because you can't find sparring to replicate Terence Crawford. That's about as good as you're going to do. But as high as I am on Jaron Ennis's talent,
I understand
he's
what you're
not
saying.
Terrence Crawford.
Right. Billy
Not
Joe.
yet.
Okay,